Maybe you've seen a PowerPoint presentation before that looks a little something like this. Maybe you've actually been the author of a PowerPoint presentation that looks like that. And I'll admit this is a little bit unfair because usually people are savvy enough to include a little bit of clip art, for some visual interest. So here's a question. How do you avoid that dreaded bullet-drenched PowerPoint that everybody hates? Well, 3 tips. First of all, be simple. Now, I know you've heard this before, but it's worth hearing again. There's a trial lawyer who's done something curious throughout his career. After every case, he does a focus group with the jury to see what arguments worked. And there's one overriding lesson he's learned over all the years, and that is that if you make 10 arguments to the jury, no matter how good each one of those arguments is individually, by the time they get back to the jury room, they remember nothing. So if you say 10 things, you say nothing. Now, your colleagues are your jury. You've got to be ruthless when you cut. I know it's hard to cut those secondary points on slide 16, but get it done. Let your main points shine through. Second point, show something. And that's not the same thing as saying that you need a lot of clip art in your slides. The goal isn't to decorate, it's to communicate. And what you show doesn't even have to be on the screen at all. I got an email from the president of a power tools company. He was going to a presentation to a major customer, and he had prepped a long presentation about how great his tools were. And then at the last minute, he decided to throw everything out. And instead, he simply put 2 drills on the table in front of the customer. One was his and one was the competitor's. And while the customer watched, he took both drills apart and then put them back together to show how durable and elegantly designed his own drills were. Customer loved it, and he got the account. And to me, that's what a presentation is all about. It's a way of bringing a little bit of reality into the room. Third point, tease before you tell. I think this is the #1 mistake that presenters make, is assuming that their audience is going to be interested in what they have to say. If you want your audience to value your message, you've got to get them curious about it. There's an online video that I think does this brilliantly. It's called The Girl Effect, and it starts out by flashing up a series of really huge global problems, hunger, AIDS, war, poverty, and it asks, what if there was an unexpected solution to this mess? Would you even know it if you saw it? And then it says, the solution is not the government, it's not science, it's not the internet. Are you curious? If you are, then they did a good job teasing before telling. And you can go to thegirleffect.org for the answer. If you want to learn more about presentations that stick, including a document that my brother and I wrote on the topic, come visit us at fastcompany.com/